What's going on, everybody? So, I just got off the water after fishing for 7 hours. I caught one fish. It was 1.5 pounds, and winter is setting in and it's really not fun. Anyways, I wanted to make a quick video and talk to you guys. I want to do a mystery tackle box unboxing. I got a couple other baits that I'm really excited to share with you guys, and I want to share some of my plans for next year that are actually coming up a lot sooner than I think I even imagined. But I want to give you guys a rundown on things that have been going on, some changes that are going on in my life, and yeah, everything's good though. Everything's good. But let's take a look at this mystery tackle box real quick. Before we open this thing, I do want to say that this video is brought to you and sponsored by Mystery Tackle Box. I would love to be able to go out and try to do a slam right now, but the fishing is beyond difficult. There were 15 boats where I was fishing today, and a couple kayakers too, and I only saw one other fish caught, and I only heard of one other guy out there that was catching crappie. So let's open this bad boy up. And also, if you guys don't know what Mystery Tackle Box is, it's a subscription-based company which sends you some awesome lures, oh, and hooks, to your house every month. Oh no, popping out here. Sorry, I got a little discombobulated there, but if you guys click that link down in the description below, you can get your own subscription to Mystery Tackle Box, or for a very last minute Christmas gift, you can get someone a subscription, print it out and show them that you got the subscription, and they'll get their first box in just a couple weeks. It's an awesome Christmas gift. It's an awesome box to have for yourself. There's just a bunch of great lures that come in these, and honestly, I fish with so many of these baits and get to fish with so many new baits that I've never used before. It's pretty awesome. I really do enjoy it. So make sure you check them out. And again, huge thank you for sponsoring this video. But we've got two crankbaits here. We've got a Vexen Stone Roller and the Bomber Fat A. And the Bomber Fat A is like a classic deep diving crankbait. I think it's deep diving. What do I know? I don't throw crankbaits. Yeah, it dives 8 to 10 feet, so we'll say that medium depth. I might actually throw this around tomorrow. I'm going to be fishing the Potomac on Christmas Eve with a buddy of mine, so I'm definitely going to be trying that out. And this one as well. This is going to dive 10 feet. So both of these, if I can find fish in that mid-range, I'm definitely going to be throwing these around a little bit. That's something I want to improve on this year, is my crankbait game, because it's so weak. It's bad. I'll throw square bills around, but I don't really throw those moderate diving crankbaits or deep diving crankbaits too often. I'll always have one tied on and cast it around a little bit. Sometimes I'll really put the time in. I just never catch fish on it, and I don't know why. Probably because I don't put enough time in. But let's see what else we got in here. We got a Smithwick Rattlin' Rogue, this is definitely a classic jerkbait right here. This one's floating, so I don't know if it would work too well right now, because this is the time of year I'm throwing more suspending jerkbaits and sinking jerkbaits, because the fish are generally going to be a little bit deeper because the water is getting sub 40 degrees right now. We're like in the high 30s and very low 40s if you can find it. But I mean, that's definitely going to have its place in the spring for sure, no doubt. We've got some Riot baits. The Probe. This is like a perfect shaky head worm, or even a drop shot worm. It's got this little tickler at the end there. It looks cool. Actually, I throw a bait very similar to this on a drop shot. It's a little bit smaller, but it looks almost identical, and I've been catching a lot of fish on that. The 10,000 fish saw crawl, perfect jig trailer, perfect Texas rig, perfect for like a wobble head. Definitely going to be throwing these around this spring. And then we've got some Guggen Baits Dragon Drops, which you guys can see are missing because I might have stolen them out of the box to throw around today. And last but not least, we have some Stickies 4-aught EWGs. And these things are beefy. Those are strong. Those are extremely strong hooks. This is something I would want to flip a Bandito bug around on and flip it into like super tight cover and heavy rocks and wood. It would definitely get the job done. But that's the box for this month. I could probably go to some of the hot water spots and work something out with these. Yeah, definitely would be able to. But that'll be for another video. So again, thank you to Mystery Tackle Box for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys go get yourself a Mystery Tackle Box if you're not already subscribed. Or again, if you have someone that's just getting into fishing or has been fishing for a while, it's an awesome gift. It's like 7 baits a month. It's a good deal. So, plans for this upcoming year, 2020. I'm not going to go as crazy as saying I'm going to fish every state in the country, because that was pretty wild. It was super expensive. It was a lot of fun, but it was also very stressful, and we did it so fast that I didn't have time to truly enjoy it for what it was. And while it was still an amazing time, I would do it again. I would just want to have like double the amount of time to go through all the states. Instead of like hitting a state a day, maybe have like 3 days in each state, which obviously would take almost half a year, but it would just be a lot smoother. So this year I have something else in mind, and I actually think I'm going to be leaving here soon, probably the end of January. I really wanted to leave in the middle of January, but got some prior obligations. My brother Ace is having his second child. He's going to be born on the 20th of January. I think Rebecca's due date is. So I want to be there for that. I want to meet my nephew. And then my girlfriend's having a work party on the 25th of January, which I already said I'd go to. So my plans got pushed back. Not to mention, super stoked for this, my girlfriend Priscilla and I just signed a lease on a house to rent for another year. We've been staying with her parents, who've been very gracious to let us stay with them. We've been saving up some money and just kind of figuring out where we wanted to go. Because there were talks about moving to Florida, and then we decided, like, we'll stay up here for at least another year, and then maybe move down to Florida next year. But finally signed a lease, we got a house, so I'm stoked for that. I'm not going to have to bring the boat here anymore. And by the way, this place is pretty awesome if you guys are in the Northern Virginia area looking for somewhere to keep your boat. Gateway storage, I like it. 24 hours, gate access, cameras literally surrounding this place. It's awesome. I've had it here since June, and I haven't had a single issue. So I am looking forward to having this boat in a driveway though, and like right outside the house. Anyway, to the plan, the first big move of 2020, I'm going to be trying to go to Florida for 3 weeks to a month. So leave like January 26th, go down there and fish Central Florida, and hopefully hit the spawn right on the head. I'm not 100% when I'll be down there, and I'm never really 100% I'm doing anything till I'm there, but the girlfriend's cool with it. I really want to go down there. It's kind of, money's been a little tight because I've had to get a lot of dental work done, even with insurance. I think I'm $2,000, $3,000 in. I broke my camera, had to get a new one, and we just signed a lease on the house, and that was like $2,000 too. So a lot of money tied up right now, but I'm hoping that I'll have enough to be able to go down to Florida for the month. I'm going to live out of the van the entire time, so that'll save me a bunch of money, and fishing every day. Like, I really, really, really want to go down there with the sole intention of trying to catch a double-digit bass. I think it could be done. Maybe. I mean, people fish their whole lives without catching double digits, but I think if I spend a full, 7-8 hours a day out on those Florida lakes, and I think I may have it timed out right, we might be able to run into a 10. But, let me show you this real quick. I got my first Depths 250. My buddy Travis sold me this for $100. Normally they're like 170, 180. I don't remember the color that this is, or like whatever, but it's a sick bait. It's huge. It's 9 inches. I think it's like 4 or 5 ounces. I need to get a proper swim bait rod to throw this around on, like designated swim bait rod and reel. I can throw it around on my musky stuff, but I don't want to throw this on braid. I think I want to throw this on 25-pound mono. And the issue with the musky reel is that it has 80-pound braid on it, and I don't want to take the 80-pound braid off and put 25-pound mono on and keep flip-flopping back and forth because it's just too expensive. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be throwing this around a ton when I get down to Florida. Give me some suggestions on swim bait rods. Let me know what I should get. But I think another thing I really want to focus on this year is throwing bigger baits. Obviously, we're going to be fishing a whole nother season of tournaments. Ace and I are going to be back at the John Boat tournaments at the Occoquan Reservoir, but I think when I'm fishing around those, I really, really want to spend time throwing giant baits like these, and others too, of course. But that's pretty much all the news that I've got for you guys so far. So if you guys haven't been listening to the Bite podcast, it's me, Billy, Ace, Alex, Matt McCluskey, and Tyler Foltz, and we've started this podcast like 3 weeks ago, actually 4 weeks ago. We have 4 episodes, and one of our main goals with this, and it's kind of between all of us, is we're trying to reopen Lake Manassas. So a lot of you guys aren't gonna have any idea what Lake Manassas is, and I'm gonna do a full video on that as well. But the lake has been closed for about 20 years. It's a public lake surrounded by private land, but you're not actually allowed to be out on the lake. Like, you can't fish it, you can't be out on a boat. Even the people that live around it can't go out and access it. And we're kind of diving into the politics of it and learning a lot more. And we've reached out to a couple of different people and have actually tried to open this lake. They've given us a lot of good feedback, and I think with your guys' help, we might actually be able to get this place open. And it's like a magical, insane lake. Huge fish in there. It hasn't been fished in 20 years. We'll say much. It hasn't been fished much in 20 years. And I think there's a legitimate shot that we could possibly get this lake open. So that's huge goals for 2020. That's like the biggest one. I want to catch a double digit. I want to fish all the John boat tournaments, and actually I really want to fish a lot more tournaments than just that. Maybe some co-angler events, throw big baits, and get Lake Manassas open. That's pretty much what I have right now. I have been kind of figuring everything out. There's so much going on right now that the videos have been a little bit slow, and I do apologize. I haven't been doing nearly enough muskie fishing. I really want to start doing more vlogs like this, just kind of talking to you guys, not always necessarily on the water. I mean, 99% of the videos will still be on the water, but yeah, I would like to do a couple more vlogs this year too. So I don't know how many things I just ranted off about, but that's pretty much where I think we're gonna wrap this one up. I don't do these too often, so it's always kind of weird just sitting and talking to a camera, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you'd like to see this year. Let me know where I should check out when I do make this trip down to Florida, and give me some suggestions on some big baits and, you know, big swim bait rods. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys have a great Christmas, happy holidays, all that good stuff, whatever you celebrate. Hope you have a good end of the year. I've got some more fishing coming up later this week for you guys. I'm still out 4 to 5 times a week, so hopefully we'll be able to catch. I'm taking my buddy out who's never been fishing tomorrow, so hopefully he brings a luck. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me right over there. Just hit it, or the one on the page. I don't know. I'm out of here. Thank you guys. Peace.